What's up, nerd family, and welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, along with the lovely
Tiptastic.
and of course down over there lounging once again, just doing his thing.
He
just
takes it seriously.
literally Poindexter lounging over here.
Isaac Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, Isaac Wan Kenobi lounging over here. Like, just I'm over here doing all the stuff. You know, prepping the show, getting the intros ready, getting all the camera angles ready, setting up everything. Mr. Lounge over here.
He also worked out in the public today, though, too.
He worked out in the public, as long as he wasn't drunk in public. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. Hey, it is a good day to be in the lounge because you know what? It's always a good day to be in the lounge. Let's just put it out there. It's always a good day to be here at the Poindexter Lounge. And so if this is your first time to the lounge, welcome. You're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to have a good time. You're going to have a laugh. You're going to feel like at the end of the day, like you went over to a friend's house and just had some fun. All right. That's the kind of atmosphere we're going for here. We're not going for some big time atmosphere. We're going for a thing where like friends are hanging out, whether or not it's a watch party or whether it's literally just one of our regular shows. That's what we're going for here. And so I hope that if this is your first time to the lounge, that you just know that you are welcome and that this is
a place for nerds.
That's right. It's a place where you and me and my crew, meaning all of you, all of our good friends, can get together and talk about the things that we love. Things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, The Mandalorian, and all things Star Wars. And everything in between. And if those are things that get you going, if those are things that get you excited, you know, that get you wanting to use your force powers to bring the little ball to yourself, you know, on a moment's notice, then hey, you are at the right place. So please hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know when we do things like this, because we're constantly doing things like this. And if you haven't been able to tell already, like if you're just in the chat room right now, you know that, you know, it's a fun place to be. All right. And so you're going to want to be here for when we do it. When people start showing up and I start seeing people show up, like, you know, before we even get started and they're leaving comments and they're having fun and everything. Look, that's how you know that it's a cool place. So please hit that subscribe button. All right. We're almost at 10,000. We're going to get there, but we need your help to do it. All right. So we only need, you know, about 100 and that's about like 155 more people.
So everybody just tell two friends and they tell two friends.
So everybody just real quick, make a second YouTube channel and just subscribe. No, we're going to get there the right way. All right, guys. Hey, well, you know what?
Make a buttload of friends and have them subscribe.
Exactly. Tell all your friends to subscribe to the channel. We do it one person at a time. It's a grassroots effort. I tell you what, man, you know, just having conversations, whether I go get my hair cut or whether I go to the store and I'm talking to somebody and it comes up, somebody goes, oh, you're wearing a Star Wars shirt or you're wearing a Superman shirt or you're wearing something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a big nerd and I got a YouTube channel and you should,
Well, even at work today, there was somebody that called that was looking for something. And he was saying that he has a channel and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, my family does too. And I was telling him about it. And so we're both checking out each other's channels.
Heck yeah. So you guys come be a part of this. All right. So anyways, it's been a week since we last left the Mandalorian and his sidekick Grogu.
Grogu on a Roku?
Grogu on the Roku, as it were. So we got a name. Can I just start off this episode by look, last week was spoiled for me. Some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff, and I was not too happy about that. And this week, boy, I tell you what, everybody did pretty much everything they could possibly do to try to get me riled up.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Yeah. So can I just ask of this, of all of my friends who stream and all of those also who do reviews and put stuff out on their Facebook pages and out on their Twitter, guys, can I just ask for 24 hours? Really, seriously, just 24 hours. I mean, I even got major YouTubers now that I just like who before would, you know, put out, you know, a review, a spoiler-free review or whatever, like whatever. Now they literally have it either in their description in their title of their video, or literally, you scroll past the video and it plays the first 3 seconds of the video. Yeah. And I got stuff flying past that I really didn't want to see for this week. But, I guess that answers that question. Right. So I'm trying to do everything I can to avoid spoilers. And look, you guys should know by now, I'm not a big, like, I don't want to know anything spoiler kind of guy. But some of this stuff, I would like to be able to at least wait till I watch it the day of, so there's my little like PSA for the moment. Like
SNL,
chill.
like seriously,
not everybody gets to watch it at midnight. You know what I mean? Like some people have to work. Some people have others to consider, and I know that you guys have watched it already. Like I know that a lot of you guys who are here have watched.
Waited for us.
Yeah. TW, if you waited, man, thank you, sir. And anybody else who waited. But like I don't expect that out of everybody. Commitment. I don't expect everybody to have the that to wait. And I know that a lot of people come here for the reaction, and stuff, because that I've waited and you come here to see our reaction to stuff. And I appreciate all that. But I would also appreciate to be able to give people a natural reaction without it literally, like I try to avoid it, but I mean, I got to use social media during the day, for certain things. And yeah, it's just, man, it's becoming harder and harder to do that. And then, when you got people who are just like, they just don't care. they're just like, I'm just going to put it out there. So, and I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not really mad at anybody. I got a couple friends who've done it, and, I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just asking as a friend. All right. Real quick. Let's see what else is going on. Anything else going on? Pelican is here. Pelican 74 says, if you thought you freaked out last week, Enosh, just wait till you see this episode. See, I like stuff like that. I like people getting me hyped up for the episode. Yes, ma'am.
I actually got a message from Sophie and Scotty who said that I needed to go buy you. Oops, I crapped my pants.
Yes. Yep. I'm ready for this. Thomas, good to see you, man. Melissa, good to see you. Gordon says Deborah, I'm going to be joining in late on this one. Well, hopefully you're able to get in on this. Says, how can they afford to lose 1,500 troopers per episode? That's funny. What's up, LDG Pixels? TW, always good to see you, sir. Barcelona B. Barcelona, what's up, lady? This episode was pretty great. The Jedi remains my favorite. Watched it for the 5th time already. That's awesome. I watched it again today as well, which was really hard to not, click on this week's episode. But Tiftastic's in there. You're in here. You're in here quite a few times saying what's up to people and saying hello. I can see you. I see all. What's up, Lord Raven?
It's true, all of it.
Yep, we are getting ready to get started right now. So we're gonna get. What's up, my friend Zip Havoc? Can't believe it's been a week already. Seems like only a few days since the Ahsoka episode. I know, man. We're just getting it, man.
Reeling from that.
Our son Landon is out there. This episode is crazy. He says, "What's up, Sophie H? Sophie H. Sophia." Says, "What's up, Nerd Fam? Good to see you, Nerd Fam." Corey, what's up? Thank you so much. I'm glad you liked the intro. Let's see. Anything else? Yep. Just a lot of our good friends in here tonight. And so I always love this part. What's up, Mark? Good to see you, Mark. I heard Spock is going to be in this episode. Or wait, what franchise is this again? That's just because you're in Hawaii and you're just, chilling like this guy over here. What's up? Shifty Gizm says, turns out Spock was a Jedi. I could see Spock being a Jedi. Mm-hmm. I could see that. What's up, Layla? Good to see you. Thank you so much for the picture that you sent earlier this week. I was glad that we were able to get it up there. And we're going to go ahead and get started because I'm anxious to see what this episode is all about. I'm anxious to hear it. So a little quick shout out to everybody watching this on Facebook. If you are watching on Facebook, which I know our good friend Stephen Topper says some people can be jabronis at times. I enjoy watching your stuff. First video I watched of yours was you calling those guys out in 3 videos of yours, Enosh. Love these videos. You're the man. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. We're not even going to give those guys any more.
What's up? Why not stuff?
We're not even going to give those guys any more credit for anything because they don't make us. What's up? Why not stuff? Good to see you.
They who should not be named.
Exactly. But if you are watching on Facebook, I do want to warn you because Facebook has been really just iffy lately. They've been shutting us down a few minutes into the episode because they hear it in the the algorithm hears it in the background or whatever, and they just shut it down. They it's been crazy, and I've had to delete it because literally we get like 20 minutes into the episode and then it's done. So if you're watching us on Facebook, please have a backup plan to maybe join us here on YouTube or switch over to YouTube just to make sure that you don't
Get kicked out.
get kicked off and you don't get to enjoy the rest of the episode, right? So
Facebook.
so if you've never joined us on YouTube, it's very simple. It's just youtube.com/Poindexter Lounge. Very, very easy. All right. So folks, how we do this, we do not show the episode. So if you're new, we don't show the episode because we can't, you didn't subscribe to Disney Plus. I'm sorry. This is a watch party for everybody to watch along. What's up, Darth Tasty? Always good to see Ryan in here.
And why not stuff?
And so I said hi to why not stuff. Why not stuff's awesome too. We got to have why not stuff on here sometime and talk about some art for sure. So this is what we do, guys. We pull it up and we count down from 3. We go 3, 2, 1, play, and then you guys hit play along with us. All right, and then we watch the episodes. We watch through the intro and all that good stuff.
The recap,
and what's that?
And the recap.
And the recap, all that stuff
until it starts.
Yep, we do all that stuff, and so so just be prepared for that. This is how Tiffany and I used to watch shows when we were dating, because we lived an hour apart. And so we would DVR all of our favorite shows. And then we would just we would like get together and I'd be on the phone and she'd be on the phone. Cause it was back, it's been a little while now, hasn't it?
We got married.
You got married in 2012. So it was like 2010 ish, 2011 ish. And so
that's what you call a long distance relationship.
Yep.
We made it work.
So, Oh, that's right. I accidentally did start the episode.
You sit on a throne of lies.
No, I accidentally started the episode because I was trying to start episode 5. I was trying to start episode 5 when I was watching earlier, and I had just gone down to the bottom not thinking about it. And so I started it. I was like, but I didn't see anything. It was just
all this pants crapping that everyone's talking about is going to happen in 33 minutes.
Apparently, it's only a 33-minute episode.
And the synopsis is super short.
Yep, it just says the Mandalorian and child travel to an ancient site. Tython. All right, guys. Well, it is about that time. So what we're going to do is we're going to count.
Hashtag impatient.
Hashtag impatient. I love it. I love it. What's up, Mark? Good to see you, man. But he says it's a jam-packed 33. So we're going to go ahead and get it started and get this party started, yo. Hope you're ready.
Quickly.
I hope you're ready because I am ready. And we're going to do this. I'm going to take these off.
Mark says it's a jam-packed 33 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So, all right. So here we go. We're going to count down from 3, 2, 1, play. Ready? 3, 2, 1, play.
You look pretty handsome in glasses, by the way.
I thank you. I got some compliments on the glasses. I don't usually wear glasses, but my eyes have been tired because I've been looking in lights and stuff for a while. So
I had mine on for work, so I'm taking them off.
Are they bringing her back? They should. I mean, she's a big enough star. I was always surprised that they didn't.
Wasn't that first season? Heck yeah!
I even thought that was cool, just showing how strong Beskar was.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's about heaven. Grogu and I can feel each other's thoughts. Grogu? Yes. That's his name.
I love every time.
I've been requested to bring him to his kind. I must deliver him to a Jedi.
Go to the planet Typhon. There you'll find the ancient ruins of a temple that has a strong connection.
Look at him holding on to her finger.
I know.
Place Grogu on the seeing stone at the top of the mountain. If he reaches out through the Force, there's a chance a Jedi may sense his presence and come searching for him.
We break for.
I was thinking it's like Spaceballs.
Oh yeah, and then whatever he's working on.
Oh, that's right. It looks like we were in
Tracking
Disney.
beacon has been installed on the Razor Crest.
Does he still have the asset?
Our source confirmed.
That the tracker on though.
You know, that's the same guy who's in charge on The Boys.
That's who that is.
Oh,
That's why he
yeah.
looks familiar.
Yep.
Hmm.
Edgar.
Yep. Yes, it is.
She's doing 2 big shows right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, 2 huge shows for sure.
It's a black saber in this one though.
So what do you think the over under is on what time we get shut down on Facebook?
After
8
the
and a
first
half.
song starts playing.
8.5. Last week it was like 27, so we might get the whole episode in.
Aw.
Grogu.
Ooh, I love that.
It's awesome.
I still want to get that pop.
It's like saying it.
Kings of all.
No. Mine.
Give me the ball.
Give me the ball. Okay, I like his little, like his little,
It's like little baby grunts.
yeah, he's like disgusted.
Okay, here we go. You can have it, just like before. Grogu, come on. You can have it.
Little squinty eyes.
Ooh,
Thank Ferret.
what'd he say?
Hey, no, I'm not mad at you. You did good. I just, when the nice lady said you had training, I just.
What did he say when he
It's
got
like he said, "Dang a ferret" or something.
Like, what
Very special, kid.
the heck did he say?
We're gonna find that place you
Check
belong, and they're gonna take real good care of you. This is Typhon. That's where we're gonna try and find you a Jedi. But you have to agree to go with them if they want you to.
Hmm.
He said, "Dank ferric."
Plus, I can't train you. You're too powerful. Don't you want to learn more about Jedi stuff?
It's getting attached.
He says it's like the F-bomb in Star Wars.
I could take you back to
Thomas
your
says,
own
"Oh,
time,
he's being a daddy."
so that's
I
what
know
want
he's
to do.
dropping F-bombs on the kid.
You understand, right?
Aw.
Not without my Mando.
I'll bring the
He doesn't
Jedi.
want to. He doesn't want to go without the Mando. Can't you just come with me? Maybe you're force
Or
sensitive
bring-
too,
The
Or bring-
tragedy? Oh
Tragedy.
no!
We'll bring the Jedi along with them.
right?
There you go. Maybe he's a hidden Jedi and Mando doesn't know it.
That's something he doesn't talk about.
On Spaceballs, he was a prince and didn't know it.
That's true.
Just saying.
It means I'm a true, honest to goodness prince.
Just saying.
That's funny.
Hidden Jedi.
Looks like that's the magic rock I'm supposed to
Oh, that's cool.
down there.
Oh,
Kind of looks like where Luke was.
Lean into it.
The Grogu lean. Instead of gangsta.
Instead of gangsta lean, it's a Grogu lean.
Sorry, buddy, I can't land on the top. Too small. Looks like we're gonna have to travel the last stretch with the windows down.
Don't you cry, Mando.
Look at those ears
Don't you
flopping
do
in the
it.
wind.
that's one cool thing I love that they did in Fortnite is that you can slowly progress as best guy.
That's cool.
Very cool.
It's gonna get taken down soon on Facebook because they're hearing that.
Mark says,
I guess this is it.
Mark said.
he says, we don't realize that Mando is pretty much always crying. We just never see it because of the helmet.
Exactly.
Does this look Jedi to you?
His voice is perfect though for Mando.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody keeps griping and complaining because like they think that he doesn't want to do it because of the helmet and everything.
I guess you sit
He knew when he signed on.
Yeah, and then there's 2 other guys who play him, so everybody's like, it's stupid. It takes 3 guys to bring him. It took like 4 guys
Play Vader.
to play Vader, 4 or 5 guys to play Vader.
This is the Seeing Stone. Are you seeing anything?
Yeah, the ball.
Or are they supposed to see you?
You're supposed to reach out to the Force.
Maybe there's some kind of control or something.
What about that butterfly there?
It's a butterfly.
He's gonna eat that too.
That's interesting. A real butterfly.
Oh, come on, kid. Ahsoka told me all I had to do was get you here and you do the rest.
Say his name again. I love his. Nope.
Who?
Oh my gosh!
That's Slave 1.
Oh,
Well, there's something.
the question is that Boba flying it or is that somebody else flying it? They got it.
Figured out the stone, Dad.
Oh.
He's going like this. Did you see that? He's going like this.
What a screenshot of that.
Yeah. See? Now you see things.
That's gonna be the thing. We're not gonna know until the season finale who the Jedi is that's searching for him.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the cliffhanger.
Well, I don't think it's going to be a Jedi searching for him. I think it's going to be Ezra.
I'll see if I can buy you some time. Then please hurry up.
That's awesome.
Daddy
Always he
moment.
asking Boba for the. I mean, not Boba. Is he asking Mando for the armor?
I bet she's coming for the armor.
Yeah, because he saw it in the first episode.
It's Boba. He's in the Old West, but he's alive.
Been tracking you, Mandalorian.
Yep, it's him.
Are you Jedi? Or are you after the child?
Yes.
It's freaking awesome.
I'm here for the armor. If you want my armor, you'll have to peel it off my
Not
dead
yours, mine.
I don't want your armor. I want my armor. You got on Carpet back on Tatooine. It belongs to me. Are you Mandalorian? I'm a simple man making his way through the galaxy. Like my father before me. Did you take the creed? I give my allegiance to no one. The Beskar belongs to the Mandalorians. It was looted from us during the Purge. The armor was my father's. Now it's mine. What's to stop me from dropping you right where you stand? Because I have a sharpshooter up on that ridge. With a lock scope that will unload by the time my body hits the ground. I'm the one wearing Beskar. As soon as I see that muzzle flash,
Bet you it's what's her name?
you're both dead. I didn't
The
mean
chick.
to go to shoot you. My friends locked on to that little companion of yours up on the hinge.
And if you remember, I don't miss.
Fennec?
You have a keen ear, Mando.
Mm-hmm.
We point that gun away from the kid, or I'll drop you both where you stand. Let's all put down our weapons. Have a chat. There's no need for bloodshed. Tell her to drop the gun after you put down the jetpack.
It's so weird
Time.
seeing Boba without
Stand down.
the mystique of Boba. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
But he's
Outside
been
the
through some
armor.
things, though.
He has.
I mean, he's been in a
Sorry, like that.
bit.
Dang.
You look like you've just seen a ghost.
You were dead. He was left for dead on the sands of Tatooine, as was I. But fate sometimes steps in to rescue the wretched.
In my case, Boba Fett was that fate. And I am now in his service.
I want my armor back.
It goes against the Mandalorian creed.
The armor was given to my father Django by your forebear. In exchange, I guarantee the safety of the child, as well as your own.
The bounty on your little friend has risen significantly. You can buy 10 suits of armor for the price on his head.
Say we're offering a fair deal under the circumstances.
More people join the party.
You need to step back.
I know. Did we
Just
park
park
in here?
right here.
Right next to the Roots of Crest.
Meanwhile, Gogu's running up the roaming charges.
Time to go, kid!
Sorry, Dad. I'm trying to Jedi it up.
Can you hear me now? And then we lost Facebook.
How many minutes?
27. Again, 27.
Buttload of stormtroopers.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Dawson?
From Nimwa, it's his from his stream, it's his special hat.
That's one thing I was thinking about is how funny was that him to say, "Oh yeah, my father Django" when he played Django.
I know.
originally.
Yeah, right.
Oh, dang.
Dang.
I learned this
Breaking
from the Sand
stormtrooper-
people.
Yeah. Well, you see when he's hitting them, you see the impact is breaking
Mhm.
off pieces of the armor of the stormtroopers.
Oh, 4.
Jeez.
Dang.
Look at the scars that he got from the
Mhm.
Sarlacc pit.
Well, also just in between the
Pro-
time
yeah,
of
true.
6 and
You don't
this.
know what he's probably seen some things.
Yeah.
Ooh, a new stormtrooper.
Oh,
That's a new Black Series figure next year.
yeah. Stormtrooper number 28.
Stormtrooper, and we put some yellow on him. You know what he looks like? He looks like that U of M trooper that goes to
Oh,
all the
yeah.
games.
That would be just a cool figure just to have.
It would be.
Hail to the troopers.
Stormtroopers are so
I
stupid.
know.
Mhm.
It's like, how are there that many of them and there's like one of her?
That's why I like that sign that you can put in the bathroom. It says aim like a Jedi, not a trooper.
Heck yeah, TW.
I love what Sophie said.
So if you say-
Boba's out here busting helmets.
Like a BA.
Also fire Harbaugh.
Oh, dang. Her
Well, I
new
think-
stomach helped
I
her
think
push
it-
that. Dang.
I think if U of M fires Harbaugh, Lions are going to hire him because there's fired Matt Patricia.
Get out of the
Sucks for
way.
you.
Gosh, how stupid do you have to be?
I think retardery is part of their thing. Oh,
Dang.
that staff is legit. Yeah, I want to keep this. Dang. One hand.
Ooh.
Oh.
time to get the armor. What do you get? That's what he's here to get.
Mhm.
See, this is Boba. I agree. Why Not Stuff says this is Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Like all these. Thank you for this episode, guys, because you know what?
Ooh.
All this BS about how Boba Fett sucks and we got thrown into the Sarlacc
Suck a
pit and all
butt.
that stuff. Like suck a butt with all that stuff, man.
Oh
Oh no,
Did he take it?
No, it's another ship coming
it's
in.
another ship.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna park right here and parallel.
Right in between the Razor Crest and the other ship.
It's like they're going to like a drive-in movie.
It's
You
just
don't need to
silly
go get a
because like
jetpack.
it's silly because she's one person and like the stormtroopers are running all the way up to her,
Mhm.
you know, without just shooting her, without firing on her.
We gotta get out of here.
He needs to go get a jetpack. He's gonna get flung back again.
What's up, Yova Rods? What's up, Benson's?
Okay, I'm gonna protect you. Just stay there.
I'm loving it so far.
Be back soon.
Who's he? Like, is he talking with somebody?
Or is
Is
he
he
waiting
just-
for somebody to reach
Is
out?
he just
or is
putting stuff up? Oh. Aw. Okay, good now. Gotta take a nap. Have a blue
Talking to all the
cookie.
Jedi makes me tired.
Have a blue
I
cookie
think
and then
that's gonna
take a
be
nap.
the cliffhanger.
Huh?
I think that's what the cliffhanger is, finding out who the Jedi is that's gonna train him.
Oh, them whistling
Oh,
birds.
nice.
I've seen worse. You get out of here. I owe you for
Well, fortunately, they're just shooting him in the armor.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Steven. Appreciate you, buddy.
Mark just said, "Wait for it."
Put the arm.
Heck yeah,
Oh,
baby!
yes!
Boba Fett!
Heck yeah! I told you I needed my armor.
Look at that.
Oh, I want that figure.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, Boba Fett sucks. Yeah. Boba Fett sucks.
Kiss my butt, kiss his butt.
Oh!
Like Christmas vacation.
Look at that. Oh my
Oh!
gosh, he's got knee missiles. I'd get out there too. Oh. Are you kidding me?
Oh, you think? It's a real quick no. Wait for me.
Oh, is he gonna missile one of the ships?
Oh, yes. Please.
Oh!
Yes.
My helmet's missing the targeting thing. No!
Oh,
a
don't mess
twofer!
with the boba.
That was a twofer! Oh, because real men don't look at explosions. Oh my god.
Oh. What the crap is that?
No!
Where did that laser come from?
Wherever those two ships came from.
Rocket pack.
Thanks, Disney and Hasbro.
I could buy another ship from Rando. And Lego.
Momentarily.
Because they made a Lego Razor Crest.
Watch, they're gonna have to make a Razor Crest 2.0, and that's not the one you bought.
Just freaking spent
And that comes out in
300.
2022. Oh, we're going to see the things that he was making.
It's gonna be a
Oh.
year after it was destroyed.
Oh, those are cool. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be a
Yeah.
freaking year after it was destroyed that I finally get my Razor Crest, and by then it's not even gonna matter.
He's going to have a new ship by then.
It's like Iron Man Troopers in black. No! No!
Oh, are they gonna take him?
Yeah, I bet you they take
They're
it.
gonna take him, and then
They got to do that
them,
to keep
them and the Jedi that's gonna search for Grogu are gonna save him in the
because
finale.
they got to keep the story going.
Yep.
Well, if you would have had your jetpack, you would have been able to get him quick enough. Sons of...
And watch, they're gonna be made out of a metal that they're not gonna be able to just blast through.
What are you guys doing? What the crap? Seriously?
You don't have his jetpack.
Nerdy just said, grab the freaking jetpack, Mando.
Yeah.
Affirmative.
Can't hit the child.
Nothing. I don't want the child hurt.
4%. Disengage. Do not harm the child.
Copy. I'll do a loose follow. See where they're headed.
I love
So
this.
cool to
We
see
actually
his
get
ship.
Boba Fett. And it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Nerdy?
See you, Mark.
They're back. The Empire. They're back.
That can't be. The Outer Rim is under the jurisdiction of the New Republic.
This isn't a spy's dream. I can see the Imperial cruiser with my own eyes. Heading down.
I'm guessing Thrawn's a part of it.
Yep.
Which they're gonna set up for the
Thrawn's
First
the
Order.
one. Thrawn's the one that's
Did you see the pictures of Benedict Cumberbatch dressed as him?
yeah, but they won't get Benedict.
No, I know,
Cumberbatch.
but he
No.
looked pretty
He'd
cool.
be perfect for it.
Yeah.
Baby Grogu.
Lost a ship. Lost Grogu.
It's
to
not
go find his
having a good
jetpack.
day.
I'm ticked. We got to find the ball.
Yeah.
Aww.
Got to have the ball.
That's what's going to get him. He's like, Grogu, look. No.
Yeah, I agree with you, Yova. Ezra Bridger is going to be in this before it's all done.
Mhm. Yeah. I think it's be Boba.
Yeah,
Mando,
and Thrawn's
and-
coming too.
I think it'll be Boba, Mando, and then the Jedi that's gonna search for Grogu. Who's gonna save him?
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, that's because that's what.
The explosion didn't do nothing to it.
Well, no, because it's Beskar,
I
but that's what
know.
he's going to end up fighting. What's his name with the
The
dark sabers?
Darksaber.
He's gonna fight him and then right through the chest and kill him.
Mhm. Kill him in the testicles before he takes over
Nerdy's
the
like, if only Mando didn't forget he had a freaking jetpack, he would have been fine.
Mhm.
This is all that survived.
Boba made it.
Let's go.
Time for him to turn into John Wick.
I want you to take a look at something. My chain code has been encoded in this armor for 25 years. See, this is me. Boba Fett. This is my father, Jango Fett.
Your father was a foundling.
Yes. He even fought in the Mandalorian Civil Wars.
And that armor belongs to you.
Told you.
I appreciate his return.
Then our deal is complete.
Not quite.
Thank you.
We agreed, in exchange for the return of my armor, you will ensure the safety of the child.
The child's gone.
Till he is returned to you safely, we are in your heart.
Thank God that they're redeeming Boba Fett
Yeah.
to make him a Mandalorian again.
I'd love to see his ship.
He's a foundling. That's awesome. Love seeing Slave One again. Heck yeah.
Cara Dune, Marshal of the New Republic. I heard rumors you might have gone legit.
I wouldn't go that far.
Gosh, how much time passed?
Name it.
I need you to locate.
Remember they
someone
offered
in
it to
the prison
her.
registry.
That's right.
See what I can do.
Ex-Imperial sharpshooter, last name Mayfeld. Apprehended near the Delestry system on a derelict prison ship.
Meg's Mayfeld.
Nice.
Serving 15 years in the Cartland chalk fields for bringing a prisoner himself. Accessory to the death of the New Republic officer.
That's a woman right there.
What do you want with him?
I need to spring him
Come and
down
kick your
from
butt.
Moff Gideon's light cruiser.
You know how I feel about the Empire. But these stripes mean there are rules I need to follow.
They have the kid.
Oh, heck no.
It's already been brought in. It's like a dance move.
I just love that that they redeemed Boba and made him a Mandalorian again,
Mhm.
and showed how kick butt he is, and he's going to be in the show now.
And we get more Bill Burr. You leave Grogu alone, you butthead.
That's not good though.
No.
Yeah, see, this ain't good.
He's showing his anger.
Yep.
Yep.
That's not good. Yep, he knows it. Aw.
You've gotten very good with that, but it makes you oh so sleepy. Have you ever seen one of these? From years past. You're not ready to play with such things. Michael put an eye out for one of these.
Oh, he's going to at some point.
Looks
Mhm.
like you could use a nice long sleep.
Grogu's going to end up with a dark saber. Aw.
Aww.
Put it in shadows. When we come out of hyperspace, send an encrypted message to Dr. Herschel. Let him know we have got our donor.
Yes, sir.
And also let Thrawn know.
That's some BS.
Dang it.
All right.
I
That's the
did
episode.
not poop my pants, but I have to pee real quick. I'll be back.
Yeah, you got to bring me my my Boba Fett helmet from the other room. All right, folks. Well, it's about that time to go into our Talk Nerdy to Me section
Mm-hmm.
of the show, where we're going to do our review. Holy cow. Man. The chat room is blowing up. You guys are awesome. I'm seeing some of your comments here. Yeah, Benson's that, I don't like seeing I don't like seeing Grogu, force choking people, even if it is stormtroopers.
Yeah.
That's not good. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, no, you're right. Zip Havoc just brought that up. So don't forget, Luke force choked 2 Gamorrean guards in Return of the Jedi, and he never turned to the Dark. Well, technically, though, Zip Havoc. See, this is a misconception, and this is why. I feel like people don't sometimes. Not saying you necessarily, but like I feel like people see things in Star Wars, but because we see it through the lens of, oh, that's Luke Skywalker. So yeah, I mean, he didn't turn to the dark side. Luke literally was on the edge of turning to the dark side.
Wasn't the original script was?
Well, yeah, the original script was Luke was turning to the dark side. He was actually going to kill Vader and then take Vader's helmet and then turn around and say, "Now I am Vader." That was actually the original script and the original storyline. So that was the original thought behind it, and that's why he's wearing black, all black, and the dark cloak and everything in Jedi, is because he gets very close. He exhibits a lot of dark side things like force choking, because he's the only person we see force choking like that besides Vader. Also, it's only his anger that allows him to defeat Vader in Jedi, because Vader is taunting him and saying, well, if you won't turn, maybe your sister will, you know. And so this is awesome. And so keep the helmet on, baby.
Boba style.
Boba style. Does your armor have boobs? You're gonna need it. But yeah, so Luke, though, Luke, he's very, very close to the edge, and he actually uses his anger. He brings himself back, but he does it's some scary stuff there for a minute, because he could have definitely gone to the dark side. See, this is my helmet, and unfortunately I got this for like $5 at Goodwill. Actually, I found this at Goodwill, but I don't have the targeting part to it, so it kind of stinks because I got a hat on it. I know, so I'm just gonna put that on like that.
I eventually want to get the prototype helmet and Mando's helmet that they made.
Well, I know this is like this is a decent
I'm surprised
like,
they haven't made a Boba Fett helmet in that line.
I'm telling you what, man.
Did you see someone, Scotty? He said Enosh Kinks.
What's that?
He just said Enosh Kinks. The helmet on, nothing but the helmet.
Well, no, I'll tell you this. It ain't her wearing a Boba Fett helmet. It's her dressed as prison captive Harley Quinn.
Or gold bikini Leia.
That's all I'll say about that. Yep. So now we got Mando and whoever is coming. And my guess, look, I've had some conversations today with some good people online, people who, like one guy especially, who ended up subscribing to the channel because we got into a discussion about this. And I do want to say hi to Brian. What's up, Brian Scully? Good to see you. Says episode subtitle Boba Fett is awesome, right?
Heck yeah.
Right? Otherwise, a mixed bag, not my favorite. Dodgy plotting, choppy, silly battle, disappointing. Really? Disappointing?
What disappointed me is that Grogu got.
I wouldn't say it's definitely not disappointing. I mean, story-wise, it's right up there with the Bo-Katan episode. And I've taken a lot of flack for the Bo-Katan episode because, look, am I excited about Bo-Katan? Absolutely. I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome to see that. But, like, it wasn't a big story episode. And that's why I was so kind of disappointed when I was seeing everybody calling the episode before that, episode 2, where we saw the frog mom for the first time, and they were calling that a filler episode. Yet that episode had story from beginning, middle, end. It had a progression, right? But you're going to get these ones where people will literally they'll herald it as the best episodes ever because they're action heavy, and there's like lots of cool things that happen in the middle of these episodes, which is fine because look, you're not going to get a complaint from me with what we just saw. I'm sorry.
Nerdy in many ways said Mando should have grabbed his jetpack during the battle. Literally my only complaint about the episode.
Yeah. I mean, he's down there at the bottom of the hill. He should have grabbed it. But like, here's the thing. Boba Fett's like back in full capacity, baby.
And
like,
was kicking all kinds of butt.
He's kicking everybody's butt, man. He just right there basically shoved it down the throats of everyone who's been like giving Boba Fett a hard time. I mean, seriously. My gosh, yeah, ain't nobody coming after Boba Fett anymore. That's all I'm saying. Because
Thomas said I got worried at the Darksaber scene.
Oh, with the Darksaber scene?
I hope it's like a Luke thing where it's like baby Grogu isn't gonna like.
Also good to see Anchorman.
Anchorman actually just said, "Will Ahsoka fight Moff Gideon?" Do you think?
Nope. I don't think Ahsoka's gonna fight Moff Gideon. I was getting ready to tell a story there because I had an interesting discussion today because everybody's like trying to figure out and trying to beat everybody else to the prediction of who they think is coming for Baby Yoda and is going to train him and like how many Jedi are out there. And look, I should probably just do a video about this, and I might still do a
should.
video where I get into that, but I'm going to give you my take on it right now. I said it a little bit
You mean
last
your
week.
2 cents?
Yeah, my 2 cents. Yes, on the nonsense. I'm a firm believer still that Yoda told Luke, "When gone I am, the last of the Jedi will you be." Yoda had the ability to reach out in the Force and contact
And touch
Jedi
someone.
all over the
Which we
galaxy.
even saw in Rebels a little bit. Those couple
Yeah.
times that Yoda
Yes.
reached out to Ezra.
That's why
Yes.
when Luke did that, and when he was there and he didn't leave the island, and they're like, "Oh, that's never
Yep.
been seen before."
Yep.
Actually, it has.
Yep. And
Yoda
so Yoda is that way. Here's the thing. There ain't no Jedi coming for baby Yoda. There may be Force users. Okay. There are plenty of Force users still in the galaxy. People who have a susceptibility to use the Force and an ability to use the Force. And there's some that, we may even consider on the level with a Jedi. But here's the thing about being a Jedi. Being a Jedi has nothing to do with the level or amount. I mean, it does somewhat because you have to go through certain training to become a Jedi, but it's not all about that. Jedi is the title of a certain sect of Force users. Just because you use the dark side doesn't mean you're Sith. That's what everybody got wrong about Kylo Ren through the entire sequel trilogy. He was not a Sith. He was never a Sith. He was a dark side user. And that's
he
what
was a cranky Jedi.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to explain this to people because back in the day when we didn't know these things, when these things had not been actually explained, we called them dark Jedi, right? That Darth Vader was a dark Jedi. He was never a dark Jedi. Now we found out because Jedis are Jedis. Jedis are Jedis. Sith are Sith, but those are only two factions. It's like two religions in the entire galaxy out of all the religions. Think about it this way. Here, on Earth, like you got Christians, you've got Jews, you've got Muslims, you've got Buddhists, you've got different people who subscribe to different religions. A lot of those religions believe in God, right? They have a central theme of there's like a lot of those religions that there's a higher power, as it were. And some of them even may think, that their roots go back to branching off maybe a similar God. But it doesn't make them the same. And just because I'm a Christian doesn't make me a Muslim. Just because I believe in God doesn't make me a Muslim. It doesn't make me a Christian. It doesn't make me. It's what I believe about who God is that makes me those things, right? And we get into this discussion a lot because of what I do for a living. A lot of you know I'm a pastor, and so we get in this discussion a lot with a lot of people that it's like just going to church doesn't make you a Christian. It's a misconception, right? It's like, well, why are you a Christian? Well, because my mom and dad were a Christian. That's not really what makes you a Christian. It's what your faith is in that. So the thing is like when you have an Ezra Bridger absolutely by this time should be as old as Luke because he's as old as Luke. And the thing is that by this time he's probably progressed highly in the Force. But there's no Jedi master to knight him. You don't get to just knight yourself. Look at Kanan Jarrus. Kanan Jarrus went on for so long and was not knighted. He didn't see himself as knighted. Yet he ended up earning the role of Jedi.
Yep.
Right? And so, like, even without all the necessary training, even the trials and all that stuff, he didn't feel like he was worthy, yet it was bestowed upon him. Right? So that's the thing is Ezra Bridger, there are no Jedis to bestow that upon him. I don't know that much about Cal Kestis. Now, is he considered
through Fallen Order right now?
Is he considered a Jedi?
By the end of the game, from what I've heard, he is considered one.
Okay.
He just hasn't been. I can't remember if he hasn't been knighted or he gets knighted at the very end.
Okay. So I would say this then. Then he's probably dead. by the time this show happens. By the time,
Yeah, because
it could even be all throughout the original trilogy until Luke is there on Dagobah with. That's what we have to go on at this point.
That's why I said what I said in the console today. Is it's like as much as
I want that living room.
as much as I agreed with Caleb and want to see Cal Kestis,
Mhm.
it's like one they're starting a I mean, they're starting another game tied to it. So it's like I don't think they're gonna be like, oh yeah, Cal just lives through that number one, and we also have to assume that he lives through the original trilogy.
Yeah, no. See, I think people are assuming that, and because I've had some people say to me too, well, there were Jedi who survived Order 66. Absolutely, they were. But also, the whole point was Vader sought out, hunted them down with the Inquisitors.
Which we see in Fallen Order. He sends out Inquisitors after any Force user that they see.
Yep, and look, the Inquisitors actually are a great explanation of what I'm saying right now, because we've been introduced to these Inquisitors, and even a Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
And
they aren't Sith.
They're not Sith. They're not Jedi, but they're Force users, and they're well trained in the Force.
Melissa said, I thought Kanan was knighted by the Temple Guard.
I thought so too. But the Temple guy was the Inquisitor, wasn't he? I gotta go back and watch that now. I just remember that he was knighted. I'm trying to think of who he was knighted by. I think he was knighted by because it was the back in time version of him when he went into that place, and it wasn't real, but it was, and so was the Grand Inquisitor before he became. He went to the dark side and worked for the Emperor.
TW said that knighting ceremony was a vision created by Yoda to help knight Kanan.
Yes, you're right. Yep, that's what it was. It was like that.
The Grand Inquisitor was the head Temple Guard.
Yeah, and see, Mark Deal here is absolutely right. He says, just know Ezra was a Jedi Padawan and did build his own lightsaber. He did. He never did reach the level of knight or master. Now, if you're saying like, or I'm guessing Luke and Ezra are no longer Jedi.
But we also don't know Ezra's story past Rebels.
Because of the
Yeah, once he went with Thrawn, we don't know what happened.
The Jedi Order. That's fine. They were Jedi at one time. No, see, because you're a Padawan, you're not a Jedi. You're not a Jedi Knight. You just, as a Padawan, you're not a Jedi Knight yet. You're literally an apprentice. Yeah. It's just like Isaac is going to be an electrician.
When I'm in my apprenticeship, I'm technically not an electrician until I'm done with the apprenticeship.
Exactly. You have to finish. You have to finish your apprenticeship. What's that?
He's an electrical Padawan.
He's an electrical Padawan. Yeah. You're not that until you finish your apprenticeship, and that's why Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon are going back and forth in Episode 1, because at that point Obi-Wan is not a Jedi. But see, here's the things. The rest of the world sees them and they go, oh, well, that's a Jedi, right? So it's generic, right? It's just like, oh yeah, it's a Jedi because the Nemodians aboard, their ships, they're like, well, I think they're Jedis, right? Obi-Wan is a Padawan. He's an apprentice, but he's not a Jedi. Ezra was not a Jedi when we last saw him.
William said Ezra is just a highly trained, light side leaning Force user.
Yes, he's highly trained, and especially by this point, because by this point he's going to be like in his 50s, right? Because
said he should be 41 by now.
Well, he was born. He's as old as he's. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. According to this, yeah. Because no, you're right. Because I'm thinking Luke. I'm thinking Luke and Anakin. I was getting that mixed up because I was thinking about the child being as old as Anakin, born the same year, and so the child is 50. So he wouldn't be. No, he wouldn't be that old by this point because Ezra's as old as Luke. Ezra's the same age as Luke. So that being said, Luke would only be in his late 20s
by the time of.
By this point, because I think it's
at the end of
it's
6?
4 years. So at the end of 6, he's like 22, 23.
Yeah, and then this is 5 after.
This is 5, so he'd be about 28, 29 years old. So you could still have a fairly young Ezra Bridger. He's not very old.
Zip Havoc said Mando and his Dirty Dozen Suicide Squad mission to save Grogu will be incredible.
Dude, Gordon, why would we cast anybody else? Like Corey Feldman would be funny, but why would you cast anybody else but what's his name? Who played Cal Kestis?
Oh yeah. If
They can age him if they need to.
if you put Cal Kestis in live action, you have to make him because they modeled Cal
Yeah,
after him.
yeah. I mean, it's what's his name? What's the guy's
Monahan.
yeah, Monahan. But what's his
Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron Monahan. Cameron Monahan is the guy that like literally, like here. I'll pull up a picture if you're not familiar.
He couldn't even talk about the game until they announced it because
But he was so freaking excited.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying when they were doing behind the scenes before they even told him what the video game was, and he's like, "Is this a lightsaber? We can't say. Just do the movements. Do the live action."
Yeah, I mean that he is who
Cal is modeled
after. So if you're gonna
you just have to age him up.
If you type in Cal and then put Cameron Monahan / or comma Cal.
Cal Cast.
Also, how old is Monahan?
His 20s.
So you just have to age him up just a tiny bit
Mhm.
because
And- Well,
you don't even
aged
have to
him in
age him up that
Gotham.
much.
you won't have to age him up much because for Fallen Order they made him look a little bit younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, you can in the video game, but they aged him in Gotham. I mean, not very well, but it was also Joker-esque. That's why. But
you won't have to age him much for this.
Cylon said model and voice acted.
Yeah. So I mean that's a given. If
If you get live action Cal, you have to use Monahan.
And you see the excitement, like when he does the his
Mhm.
interviews on how he made it, and
yeah,
it's just
there
awesome.
would be no other
Mm-mm.
there'd be no other actor to
Play Cal.
to
Gordon
even
Hill
play.
said, "Good call."
Yeah.
$3 Theater says, "Yo, like the episode."
Yo, yeah, what's up, Matt? Yes, I do. I really enjoyed.
Barcelona B said, "I looked up Ezra's age, and he would be around 28, 29 years old."
Yep. That's exact. See, got it, nailed it, nailed it.
And Nerdy said Monahan was phenomenal in Gotham. Yes, he was.
He was. I liked him as the
Still
first
watch that.
incarnation of the
Oh my God,
Joker.
you do.
I'm gonna start.
I liked him as the first incarnation of the Joker. If I'm being honest with you, I don't like the second. The second was bad. The second version of the Joker was bad. That's not Monahan's fault. That's the writers.
And actually, one of Isaac's friends, who we
Yep.
need to have on the show,
we do.
actually got to meet him.
Yeah, yes, he did.
And
he
got
looks
to
like
meet
him.
Donald Logue.
He looks
And
like- Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
here's your Cal Kestis right there.
heck yeah.
You just yeah. I mean, there he is right there. There's no other.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
They got his hair color. They got it everything because
and,
he
and,
modeled it
and I
he did
and
the
I say
voice.
you hire us to do something because we look pretty cool in the Star Wars world. That's all I'm saying. Look, so Benson's brings up a good point.
Need to figure out
I
the
see.
comic
So
books
so I
and
don't
back
see
and
Luke
forth.
showing up. I don't see Luke showing up anytime soon.
It's
as
kinda
far
like what
as-
I said, it's like the Ahsoka episode. It was great because it didn't feel like Ahsoka took over 99% of the episode. And it was kind of like what we said last week. Is there was a balance between it still felt like an episode of Mandalorian, and
Yeah.
we still got the excitement of Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like if you bring in a big name like Luke and stuff, you still have to. You can't just make it Luke's show now with him training.
Well, and that's
Grogu.
the thing, right? You can't just make. But I will say this: if you are going to have Luke,
Have tids and bits of Luke.
you're either going to have to bring Mark Hamill in and really de-age him, or I'm all on for the Sebastian Stan thing.
Oh yeah,
Because
Yes.
Sebastian Stan looks just like him. It's
all kinds of yes.
yes, all kinds of yes with that. Let's see. There was a couple.
It's uncanny how much he looks like.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Gordon is he does look identical, and that's why is because he was the inspiration for it. Not only did he voice act it and
He
you know
did the
model
modeling.
it and all that stuff, but they literally made the character look like him.
When he does the
So, yeah.
movements in the game, they actually put the suit with everything on it, so everything was made from him.
Yeah, and he's a great actor.
Yes,
Mhm.
love it.
He's
If
a
you've
great
not seen him in
actor.
Gotham, do it.
Did you say in Gotham?
Gotham. Gotham.
In Gotham. Let's see. Mark says, "How's this? Matt Damon playing Cameron Monaghan, playing Cal Kestis, who is pretending to be Ezra Bridger.
He's the dude playing the dude disguised as another.
Who
dude.
would so
Love it.
so who would you who would you cast as Ezra Bridger, knowing that he's 29 years old? $3 Theater in here with some sources. Says, well, Saw Gerrera was in Jedi Fallen Order, and it was Forrest Whitaker, so why can't Monahan play Kestis? Yeah. Monahan definitely has it. What's up, William? Look, William's in here. Says,
He's been throwing
what's
out
up,
some good
William?
stuff.
Yeah, man. Says, seeing Boba Fett in this really helped me understand how people felt about Boba Fett back in the original trilogy days. Heck yeah. I'm so glad he got redeemed this episode. Me too, William. You know how I feel about Boba Fett. I wore the right hat today. For sure. Yeah, $3 Theater in here. Mr. Matt Jarbo in here saying, also, I heard from my source that it isn't Luke, but someone else who heard Grogu, but I don't know who. Yeah. My thing is that it's not going to be
TW thinks him.
It's not going to be Luke.
Raul Coley, is what he said, and that's who that is.
Oh,
Ezra.
wow. That is a good.
That was from TW.
That is a good choice. TW. I tell you what, Mark or Mike. Mike Zero, you're nailing it there. Yeah.
Well, you missed it because he was one of the first people in the thing, and when I said hello, and he's like, "How's my favorite daughter-in-law doing?" with the laughing emoji, and it weirds me out because he sounds just like your dad.
Oh, I know. I like CW says, "Hey, if they bring back Kyle Katarn, I'm pulling for Enosh." I like it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take that for sure.
We need to have what's his name?
Oh, you know what? TW, I did see this, and now I know who this guy is. Yep, because there was a massive.
Someone did fan art of him.
Yeah, because there was a massive troll thing by him that he was Ezra, and he said something about that he was on a set or something like that. Yeah, I remember. No, you're right. You're right. It could be a completely different character that he reached. Thank you, Cisco. I appreciate that. Yeah, Matt and I had fun yesterday on Lightcast for sure. And I always love being on there. Absolutely, a big fan of the Macho Man, of course.
William said it could have been an entirely new character that Grogu could have reached.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just brought that up. So here's the thing here's where I think that this is what I believe that they're doing. I believe that they're going to try to satisfy a bunch of Legends fans, which I am one of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me make that very clear. Yes, I love the sequels, but I'm also a fan of I'm a huge fan. Look, I think the biggest tragedy is we never got Mara Jade. Biggest tragedy, for sure. Also, huge fan of Thrawn. Huge fan of that first trilogy by Timothy Zahn, right? You got to think though, when did that trilogy take place? It took place 5 years after Return of the Jedi, didn't it? What are we seeing right now happening 5 years after Return of the Jedi? You notice something interesting. 5 years after Return of the Jedi, all of a sudden they're teasing Thrawn, a return to Thrawn.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is trying to revive the Empire? Thrawn's been out in the Outer Rim, right?
And he worked with Vader and all of them.
He did. He worked with Vader. He was the best strategic mind in the Empire. Okay? Moff Gideon, he's not even a Grand Moff. He's a Moff. He is, and a Moff, for those of you who don't know.
I'm a Grand Tip Tarkin.
You are. A Moff is not even necessarily a military position.
Is he a rogue one?
It's a governor. It's a regional governor. So Moff Gideon has been the regional governor of the outlying areas. Okay. Now he's taking on this role. I want to know how he got the dark sabers. What I want to know,
Mm-hmm.
but it's obviously has something to do with the Mandalorians that were in that area. But even the guy who plays him, the guy who plays Moff Gideon mentioned, he said, anytime he says, how do you think Moff Gideon has all this information, has all this like contact with everybody across the galaxy? Don't you think it's because somebody is in charge of all that and bringing other Moffs maybe together and other areas together? Who do you think's
Plethora of
doing
moth.
that? Who do you think's doing that? That's Thrawn.
That's cool.
That is
Plus,
Grand
you put the
Master,
Marvel
Grand Admiral
in
Thrawn.
chronological
Grand
order.
Admiral Thrawn. He's a Grand Admiral.
That's
Okay,
higher rank.
that's way higher rank
Mhm.
than a Moff ever was. So Grand Admiral Thrawn is the one I believe this fully now is going to be revealed to be the one who is orchestrating this whole thing, who is helping put this thing into place where they're going to satisfy both. They're going to give credence and they're going to give
Thank you.
they're going to give word to
Just making a list of the
to
shows.
the fans of Legends, okay, those of us who grew up with Legends and love that stuff, but it's also going to help lead and build up to the sequel trilogy. Okay, so what's up, Cylon Scotty, with a $10 super chat? Thank you so much, Cylon Scotty. Says all for the heir to the Empire elements in any shape or form. Absolutely. Happy Friday to everyone. We made it. Absolutely. And that's the thing. We're gonna get some of these heir to the Empire references and things like that. I also have a feeling, just call it a hunch. I think they're gonna end up introducing Mara Jade back into it.
They need to.
And I think if anything, we don't see Luke, we see Mara Jade. And they established that Luke and Mara were married, but remember, Mara was killed. Mara was killed. So if you think about this, I believe they're setting this up that Mara will somehow be martyred or killed by the time we get to the sequel trilogy.
They could use what's her face. I guess seeing her in red hair in G.I. Joe, they could use the chick from Orville.
Yeah, I tell you what, man. We just did a 2 cents on nonsense this week, and Mike Zero is all about this. It's like is all on this this thing about how
carrying on.
What are you guys talking about?
Like with Mara, like say if she does get killed and she was like tied to Luke in some way, like tying it to Legends.
Yeah,
like maybe that's why he starts the Jedi.
Yeah. Well, you know, if he's been through that much loss, he's been through that much hurt, right? I don't know about Kyle. I don't know about Kyle so much, but I believe they're going to bring Mara back because Mara is a fan favorite, and I tell you right now, that is a gold mine for them just waiting to happen. That's just a gold mine waiting for to happen right there.
They saw how everybody reacted when they put Thrawn in Rebels.
Heck yeah! I mean, look, Tiff's got her phone right here, man. That you know, Mara Jade is where it's at, and so if we get Mara Jade in this universe, now I tell you what's not going to happen. Ahsoka is not going to be the overseer and keeper of Rey on Jakku. That is some BS that Mike Zero made up this week. That Ahsoka is going to go on a quest because she's going to find out about Palpatine's hidden granddaughter. We are literally 25 years away from the start of The Force Awakens. She ain't even that old. Gosh,
Cylon just said instead of Thrawn finding Saboth, it's going to be him making Snoke / reviving the Empire. I totally agree. That's the direction here.
So here's a question for you. Here's a question for you, Cylon. Since we're going down this route, and then we're going to talk. Then we're going to talk about the episode a little bit more about the episode itself.
Oh yeah, we haven't even done that.
Yeah, right. Because this is so good. This is so. I mean, like this is Darth Tasty. This is Darth Tasty right here. But so in the books, you had a cloned Jedi Master named Joruus C'baoth that Thrawn was using because he knew that the Emperor held everything together with his Force powers, with the dark side of the Force. During the battle of Endor and everything, and that it was when the Emperor fell that everything started to fall. Couple of schools of thoughts here. One, which I don't think it is, but could Baby Yoda, Grogu, be a clone of a certain Jedi Master for the same purposes?
Well, they confirmed in the first episode of this season that Grogu's not a clone. They said he wasn't genetically engineered.
Oh, and they were
Oh,
trying to use his
yeah,
blood.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, but I hear people talking about a lot of
Yeah.
things. So that's why I said
Cylon says,
that's
which
not.
is the coolest thing about the Emperor.
That's why, yeah, it is a very cool thing about the Emperor. So I don't subscribe to that. But if they are trying to use Grogu's blood to clone
And
make a force using clone like Saboth was, do you see where this is going?
Mhm.
This is exactly what Heir to the Empire was all about.
Yeah.
This is exactly, and oh my gosh, like
Layla says, I just hope they don't bring in the Luke clone with the stupid name.
oh come on. Come on. I was just about to say that. That was the best part of that whole thing. Are you kidding me? You got Luke being cloned from his hand, losing his hand made so much sense. And look, like that was just a literary thing for, you know, having to call him Luke, right? So that you could distinguish between who Luke was and who Luke was with, you know, with the extra U's. But having Mara Jade fight that Luke Skywalker because the last command in her head from the Emperor was you will kill Luke Skywalker, and then basically having her kill Luke Skywalker. Oh man, I love that. I'm sorry. That got me to this day. I get excited thinking about that storyline. That storyline was so cool. Was so cool. What's that, Tiff? Was fire. That storyline was just fantastic. The way that Timothy Zahn brought that whole entire trilogy together, that storyline together.
So if a is trying to find Thrawn and they're bringing any sorts of any kinds of Zahn stuff,
Mm-hmm.
how awesome would that be to have like Zahn and Filoni and Favreau to do those? To at least get some of his like insight.
Yeah, Zahn's the only one that's written Thrawn stuff since that trilogy. Like those Thrawn books that they've been coming out with, they're still written by Timothy Zahn.
Oh yeah, Timothy Zahn is still writing this stuff. So,
which I still have to get the second Thrawn book. I have.
with the Luke, you know, the Luke Skywalker, you know, that was just so that you could distinguish the two, that one was a clone, one wasn't the real one. So when you're reading it, you're like, oh, okay, you're able to identify, you know, this is who that is. But so Benson's asked Enosh, how long before Jon Favreau is given the Star Wars franchise in its entirety, a la Kevin Feige? I don't think that'll happen, actually. I don't think that it'll be like a thing like Kevin Feige is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it will continue to be what it is right now, with the fact that he is Jon Favreau is the creator of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
He's creator of this world, but Dave Filoni is right there with him. They're both producing this together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're working with it. And, you know, I think under the wonderful leadership of executive producer Kathleen Kennedy, etc., they're just going to keep crafting this world and making it bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I don't think that they'll officially do a Kevin Feige thing with Star Wars. I don't see them doing it. You know, it depends though how many shows we get added, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because like if we got different shows, and it depends upon where Star Wars movies end up going, you know, eventually. You know, as movies come back, if they're even going to be theaters now, which is a whole other topic of discussion. If you saw me on Lightcast last night, you know how I feel about that. I mean, basically, look, I love Warner Brothers. I love the idea of being able to see things at home, but I don't think the people are really thinking this thing through where it goes, because
it's the same experience.
Yeah, if you cut the feed out underneath the theaters, I can guarantee you right now, 5 years from now, the theater around the corner from my house is not going to exist. It's going to be an open.
Yeah.
It's going to be an empty building, because they can't keep it open. They're not going to be able to keep it open if you show all the big movies
Who
on
was it in
people's.
the
They're not
council?
going to go see it afterwards. I am,
Yeah.
but most people are not, and
was
so
Who in the council put the idea of like catering different like theaters to different companies? Like Disney has their own theater, Warner Brothers has their own theater. I forgot who mentioned that.
I don't think I saw that. I don't think I
Yeah.
saw that.
I remember I saw it yesterday, but since I was at work, I didn't really get to read it.
Yeah.
And everyone seemed to like that idea.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could do that, but
Yeah.
even then, like, you know,
Then you have to have like 50
I-
theaters around you.
yeah, and I don't see it. Look, if I watched a video today where it explained basically how they make money finally,
Mhm.
and because nobody seemed to actually get into how these companies are still making money, and it came out that basically Disney, through what they're doing with Disney Plus, because of the model, they're able to. It's more profitable, so they're able to make like $7 billion of profit just from Disney Plus this year, where last year, I guess, I'd have to look at the numbers myself, but apparently last year through all of Disney parks and movies and everything, they made $11 billion of profit. So if you can do less, spend less, and make more profit, that's what you do. Unfortunately, so I don't see them taking that and going, okay, now we're going to open up some theaters that are Disney theaters where you can go see our movies in the theater. They're not going to do that. They're going to license that stuff, but unfortunately, it's going to be too late. And you know, like I said, I don't think people are.
HBO Max is definitely testing the waters with that.
Yeah, I just don't think that people are thinking that they're right. TW, that's your line. All right. So let's talk about this episode. Tiffany will be back in just a second. Let's talk about this episode. Man.
There's a lot.
Right off the bat.
Right to Tython.
Slave 1.
Yep.
Right. I mean, we see Tython. We see, the child being placed on the rock and all that stuff.
And he's like, Ahsoka told me to bring you here. No, you do the rest.
You do it, boy. Yep. And yeah, real quick, Ambassador, look, I'm an optimist too, but they got to make money. If there's no movies in the theater, what's the point of a theater? You know what I mean? If you take away the product that they're selling, whatever we do, if you take that away, whatever you do for a living, or I do for a living, or whatever, it's just like we got Sears, right? Sears went out of business. Why? Kmart went out of business. Why? JCPenney is facing issues. Why? My mall that's around the corner from my house, it's not too far from my house. It's struggling. It looks like, usually you would go there at Christmas time and it's bustling with people. Not just this year has it been down, but the last couple of years it's been down because everybody just goes to Amazon, right? Everybody just buys online, right? And so that's a problem.
Just at my job, how many online orders we get a day?
Yeah, that's a problem for people who want the theater going experience, because if you take away the product that the theater is offering and you just put it on people's home screens and then you say, well, we're still going to release it out there to the theater, most people are going to go, I already saw that movie, I need to go see it in the theater. And what if they didn't like the movie? Now they're especially not going to the theater to do it. And I've said all along, theaters need the small movies to be in there to keep the bills paid throughout the year. So that's a whole other thing that we could talk about some other time. But it's going to be really sketchy here in the next couple of years for sure to see how that all that goes. But like I said, so we get Slave 1 showing up right away, which is sweet. It was kind of a clunky fight. Right? It was kind of a clunky fight. Like I said, too many stormtroopers getting taken down. Stormtroopers are just stupid. Yeah. You got 3 people and you got a whole two ships worth of stormtroopers unloading, and you can tell me they can't take
Boba and what's her name? We're all able to fight them off.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but it makes for good TV, right? Makes for exciting TV when you see the good guys, stuff. Let's talk about that though. This was a transition for Boba Fett.
Mhm.
A transition from Boba Fett from being a quote unquote bad guy to more of an anti-hero,
Mhm.
right? Because he's got a code. They literally solidified Boba Fett as a Mandalorian. He is a
Yep.
foundling. They gave us backstory to Jango Fett. That Jango Fett fought along with the Mandalorians.
Mhm.
He earned that armor. A lot of people have been talking about for years, well, Jango didn't earn that armor. Like he just came across it or he killed a Mandalorian or something. He earned that armor.
Because we found that he was a foundling.
Yep, because he was a foundling. And so the Mandalorian people gave him that armor. That's awesome.
Mhm.
That is awesome right there.
We have no more Razor's Crest.
Well,
too.
yeah. So let me talk about the Razor Crest thing because that really ticks me off, actually. You have an identifiable ship
Mhm.
that
And not to be like that kind of like gamer or anything, but it's like they literally just put it in Fortnite. They have Mando, Baby Yoda, and his glider is the Razor Crest.
well, beyond that,
Yeah. It's
they literally just
everything you
did
market.
they literally just did a
Yeah.
freaking campaign with Hasbro.
And they're
They got to be
releasing
making another one or something.
and they're releasing Razor Crest Lego sets.
Yeah, TW, I hear you. TW says that's why I don't collect Enosh because this is total crap. Tiffany allowed me for Christmas to drop the money on the HasLab version of the Razor Crest, which is awesome. Look, it's fantastic.
and an
I
upgrade
love that
video
shit.
game.
It's huge.
And a saber.
Yeah, it's huge, right? It's going to be an awesome thing, but it doesn't even come out till October of next year,
When
right?
Season 3 will be coming out.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
season 3 will be coming out, and you're going to tell me you're just going to just like not even blow up the ship, but I mean like blow up the
Like
ship,
completely demolish it.
Obliterate it.
like completely obliterate the ship.
The only thing that made it was the little ball that baby Grogu likes and his Beskar staff.
What's that ball made out of? Make the whole ship out of that.
Yeah.
Do we get a Razor's Crest made completely out of Beskar?
I was just about to say that. What if Mando's next ship is made out of all Beskar?
Maybe it's Beskar crest.
Man,
But
yeah.
the thing is, how
Why the episode's called The Tragedy? Maybe his next ship will be The Tragedy. That would be interesting. But I just got to say that, look, it makes for good TV. Okay. But
It's like, oh crap! No, he's
as somebody who literally just dropped, what did I drop on that?
Wasn't it
$2.99?
350.
$350? $350?
So I was thinking about getting it, but I didn't get paid until like 3 days after it went up.
On the ship?
Went down.
No, that really
Read what Scotty said. Sorry.
that really kind of ticks me off.
That and
He says, I don't understand your disappointment at all with the Razor Crest. Just saying, it's not like you're not going to have the next ship too. Touche. So next year it'll be Tiff HasLab has a thing on the tragedy, and we know we got to get the tragedy. We got the Razor Crest. We got to get the tragedy
next season.
They blow that up next season. Yeah.
Man, the
then-
Razor
That's
Crest
funny.
has been through a lot this season.
oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then TW McKay said, I do agree with Tiff. There will probably be some sort of Razor Crest 2.0. If not, maybe he'll get Slave 1.
Yeah. What's up, Jeff Glefelty? Good to see you, man. I did like to see. I loved the connection between Mando and Grogu,
Mm-hmm.
right?
The daddy
Yeah,
moment.
especially-
Where he was
beginning.
still saying the name because that was the takeaway that we all
Yeah.
got from last week. He's like Grogu. Huh?
I had that video that I posted on Twitter that
Oh, yeah, it's
says
like
it
you
shows
watch
his
this on a
name, and
loop.
every time he's like Grogu, and he's like, no. The little
Yeah, I love that. So, and then trying to train him,
Mhm.
right, with the ball and stuff. So cute. And then like he's telling Grogu, yet it's almost like he's trying to tell himself and prepare himself
Mhm.
for Grogu to have to leave and go with a Jedi or whatever.
Mhm.
Because he's like, now, if we go here and they come for you, you're gonna have to go. And you're okay with that, right? And you're gonna do that, right?
He's like, well, why don't you just bring the Jedi with us?
Right. Yeah. It was like I was waiting for Mando to cry too.
Mhm.
It was. We got to hear Mando laugh.
Mhm.
You know, so this child is really getting to him. Is
We just see
really
from episode 1, season 1, all the way till now, Mando's just changed even as a person.
Mm-hmm. True.
Master Nun says Cylon in that case. Well played, Disney. You played Enosh like a violin. Yeah. So just a lot of cool things that way. It was a lot of little things and then a lot of big things all at the same time, right? Wasn't a lot of story, you know, it was a lot of blow stuff up, shoot stuff, Boba Fett, Slave One, you know, Grogu gets captured.
That's a good question.
And you know, and then there, who does?
Why not?
Why not?
Stuff?
Oh, question for the Poindexter family. Does Mando work without Grogu?
No, because we've had it since episode 1.
So I'll say this. You know, it's interesting that you bring this up because I was just thinking about this today. Because you remember a year ago, well, a little over a year ago, when we were all awaiting The Mandalorian, right? We didn't know what the show was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And when they introduced Baby Yoda, it took everybody by surprise.
Yeah, the internet blew up.
Yeah, the internet blew up. Like it became a thing, and you know, and it was huge, right?
And the memes after every episode.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I don't think that it would have the mass appeal, maybe, like to all, because there's people who don't even follow Star Wars now who like Baby Yoda. Yeah. Right, they gotta, you know, all the girls have to have the Baby Yoda purse. They gotta have the Baby Yoda keychain. They gotta have the Baby Yoda, you know, Build a Bear, and the Baby Yoda, you know, phone case. You know, exactly right.
And so Baby Yoda pop socket.
Yeah, and so like you gotta have all that stuff, right? So the merchandise probably wouldn't be there.
Kids love that one.
But if Baby Yoda had not been there, the show would have evolved as something else. And I think that then there's no way to know like what that story would have been had it not been Baby Yoda, had it not been Grogu.
Well, Mando's story circulates around Grogu right now.
It's so Grogu is now so ingrained that I can't imagine the story without Grogu, because it has to be, you know,
they're a package deal.
Yeah, they're a package deal now, but still, you know, I think that for fans it could have worked, but it would have not necessarily had the mass appeal.
Yeah,
that it has right now.
It wouldn't have drawn so many people in.
Yeah,
but we're learning more stuff about like Mandalorian lore. I mean, you've got Bo-Katan coming in, you've got Boba in, and it's like he's showing the different things. Like, this is my line, this is this one, and then
we learned from Bo-Katan that now there's different factions of Mandalorian.
Yep.
Exactly. And the fact that he doesn't take his helmet off, that you're one faction, and we, you know, that's cool.
Yep. So if it hadn't been Grogu, it would have been something.
Layla says he's a merch magnet. Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes. I do believe you're right. All right, Tiffany, what did you think of this episode?
I thought it was really good. It was, you know, as soon as we saw the ship, it was just like, oh, wait a minute. And I mean, there's all these cute little scenes with, you know, Mando and Baby Grogu, and you know, it's just so funny to see like the little facial expressions and just, you know, see that daddy moment and stuff. But then as a parent, it's also like, but you're like you said, he's prepping to say goodbye, but we don't want him to, and so how is that going to play out? But I mean, I thought it was funny when he's just like, oh, look, a butterfly, and then all of a sudden it's like he touches the stone, and then you know, he figures out how to work it. And
Benson's, I love you. You know I love you, man. You know I love you, Mark. Mace Windu ain't coming back. Mace Windu's dead. He
Zip says fingers crossed for Baby Grievous.
Opportunities to
let me say on Family Guy. We don't. I don't told you he did. He did.
They've had multiple opportunities to bring back Windu, and they haven't.
Yeah, he's
Fallen Order, Rebels.
Yeah, he's not Baby Grievous. That's funny. That's funny right there. I like that, Zip Havoc. That's hilarious. Yeah, Mace Windu is gone, but yeah.
So what I also thought was good was I thought that the scenes with
No one's ever gone, man.
with Boba were very cool, very kick butt. It was cool to see him talking, but then also like, you know, when he's fighting, it's like you could see these like the scars and stuff, and it's like,
Yes.
okay, was that from the Sarlacc pit? Was that from the whole time like the things that he's been
Well,
through from that
Mhm.
He
point?
alluded to it. How he's like, oh yeah, the people that's less worthy like us still sometimes get a redeeming. Or he said something like about sometimes fate comes in and
Yeah.
saves them.
Exactly. So is it both? Is it all
Mhm.
from the Sarlacc? I mean, because you saw they were like all across like his head and everything, and so I mean, it was very cool to see that. It was cool to see her come back, and you know, she's got her metallic stomach and stuff now,
Mm.
which helped her push that, you know, that
Wow.
stone.
Yeah. I mean,
That
holy
was
cool,
cool.
right?
But it was also, but
I love
feel like
Star Wars. I love the world of Star Wars where it's like you can get cut in half, you can lose appendages, and you just come back better than ever.
Darth Maul.
Yeah.
But it's also.
But how do you pee?
I agree with Nerdy though. I
Mhm.
think as soon as he put down his jetpack, you pick it back up, you whip that thing back. He could have gotten the baby back. He could, there was a lot of things that's the only thing I didn't like. It frustrated me, but other than that, I mean, they showed the new those flying dudes coming from Moff Gideon.
It's not really
Iron
what he was
Man looking,
making.
yeah. So it's like, what are those? Are we gonna
And
see
we know
more
that
of
he has
that?
more than just 4, and as we saw from the end of that episode, he has
Yeah.
tons of them.
Yeah.
So there was just a
Okay.
lot going on, but it was like there were so many times that, to see the scene when Boba put his armor back on and was just kicking all kinds of butt,
Oh,
killing
yes.
all kinds of
Mhm.
troopers, that was just awesome.
And gave us bigger guys something to look forward to because now we can go as big Boba Fett, bigger Boba Fett. Isaac, your thoughts?
Just don't wanna grow
Yes,
up
it might not
evil.
pretty much the same as I love. It's just like it was something we weren't expecting. As soon as they got to Tython, was to see the slave one. And it's like as soon as we saw it was like the shock. It's like, oh, okay, now we know who's coming.
They answered that question real quick, didn't it?
Yeah,
Because we were one over. So how did he get Slave One back?
exactly.
Where was Slave One this whole time? Has he just been?
Exactly.
Has it been in storage? What the heck?
Yeah, was it like a Falcon type thing? How he had to get it back from?
But Boba Fett's going to be
Somewhere.
around, so I'm sure we're going to get those stories. We're going to get these little tidbits from Boba as he talks
Tidbits.
to.
Well, yeah, because
He
now
talks to
now
him.
that he's with him the whole time, he can tell stories of.
Until they get the baby
fill
back,
those
they're
gaps
staying
of like
with
the
him.
fan theories or like the Legends material. It's like, okay, this is how Boba could have survived. This is how Boba
Yes.
could have gotten to where he is now.
I like Barcelona B here says, I like Boba
Yeah.
Fett saying, like my father before me, gave me
Mhm.
Luke vibes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I just love the action scene. Like I thought it was really cool that as soon as we saw him come down with the armor, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, you know that now all those stormtroopers are just
And
dead.
thank God he got the armor before the Razor's Crest was exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I mean, it would have survived
Well,
his
yeah,
best guy.
yeah, it's best
Yeah,
guy.
but
And that was cool. Even it's like he has like those knee rockets. He has.
Oh, yeah,
like,
knee
the-
rockets.
Yeah,
What?
like the wrist blaster. He has.
There's only one
it's
thing
more
that
than
ticks
just-
me off about this whole Boba Fett resurgence.
Yeah.
And that is eBay. Because you all know I have a vintage
yeah,
Boba
now
Fett
those are gonna
collection,
go
right?
back
And I've
up.
got like a little over 100 vintage Boba Fetts. And I've literally been online this week looking at vintage Boba Fetts, and people are insane. I mean, they're just crazy. They're just crazy stupid, right? I mean, like I literally saw somebody's got like a beater Boba Fett, like the paint's all coming
comes out
off,
this week.
it's old,
Like Boba now?
yeah, it's like falling apart and everything, and they're like $100. And it's like, you know what you could do with that Boba Fett for $100? You're gonna entertain me with that thing if you're gonna charge me $100. That's ugh. Yeah. Matt Jarvo says here the Dark Troopers mean that they're bringing in elements from the video game,
Mhm.
which means with any luck means
That's what
Kyle
they look
Katarn.
Like that's why I was like, I couldn't think of what they were called.
because they were saying that the video game that
Yeah, they
that's
look-
just like cyberpunk.
Yeah, they look very similar to those.
Yep. For me, I thought it was a really good episode. I liked it, and obviously as a big Boba Fett fan, look, I've always been a Boba Fett fan.
Mhm.
I am not a fair weather Boba Fett fan.
I ever thought it was cool that even when when Boba was in the Slave One and he's chasing the robots back up into the ship. Kind of like you could hear in his voice, like, "I didn't know that the Empire was still around." Like kind of like got like the shock of he thought that they were gone. Maybe that's why he came out
Same
of
with
hiding.
her.
Was because he thought the Empire was gone.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's out from under the Empire's foot, and then now to see at their back, he's kind of like,
That's a good
crap.
point.
Yeah,
That's a really good point. Yeah.
yeah, because what's her name? She even goes, "Oh yeah, no, the Empire's not around or anything anymore." And he goes, "I'm looking at the ship right now."
Yeah.
And she's like, that's impossible.
like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's an Empire ship right there. It's an Imperial ship.
Turns into Steve Brule. He's like, told you.
Steve Brule. Next, we're gonna look at Imperial ships.
People probably are thinking you're crazy.
They're
If they don't
back.
know who he is.
Told you. Zip Havoc says, getting myself a gaffy stick. Gordon Hill brings up a good point, though. He says some things are better left to mystery, much like Lucas not giving Yoda a backstory. I love Star Wars no matter what, though. And I agree with that. The Yoda thing, I really hope we never get all those answers to, you know? But like Boba Fett, for me, like, look, they've already gone back in history and they've told his story from a kid. And I really, look, as big of a Boba Fett fan as I am, I do not like Kid Boba Fett.
You also didn't like Kid Vader either.
No, I didn't like Kid Vader either. I did not need to see 10-year-old Darth Vader. Sorry. I felt that episode 1 should have started with him being the age that he is in episode 2. Makes more sense. He's a little older, you know, that kind of thing. But I never wanted to see Boba Fett go wee, or I mean Darth Vader go wee, you know, and
Spinning, that's a neat trick.
yeah, I just don't need that. And honestly, young Boba Fett is like a kid I want to slap. He just is like, and it's not even in a good way. It's just, you know,
He said even in Clone Wars.
Yeah, it's just yeah, he's just his anger is all misplaced. It's I love why that stuff says Enosh does not like kid anything. I do though. I do at some points. Just not my Darth Vader or my Boba Fett. I like Muppet Babies. And I like Baby Yoda. If it was Baby Yoda, even now, if he was actually Yoda, I would still like it. But yeah. So I don't know. So Tiffany, Boba Tiff, Tiffy Fett. What would you give this episode on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would actually give it an 8.5 out of 10.
An 8.5. Okay, 8.5 out of 10. All right. What? Now you've been pretty generous with the 10s. So what keeps you from going all the way with this one?
Well, because as much as I love the story, I loved the action, I loved seeing the different ships, the fights.
Mm-hmm.
I just it was the jetpack thing. There's things that could have changed. And also the fact that I understand you have to move the story along and that, you know, Baby Grogu has to be on the ship and we're going to see, you know, what they're going to try and do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just really hoping that it's a Luke thing, that out of frustration of, okay, you just took me away from my Mando, my dad, kind of thing. That anger could have been like trying to get away to get back to Mando.
Okay.
Or did he get in touch with the dark side when he was sitting on that rock? So it's like, until you can figure that out for me, I don't want my baby Grogu going evil. So it's that teetering on the evil side or not. And the jetpack made it an 8.5 for me.
See, I like the teetering on the evil side. It's scary, but I like it.
I see my little baby Grogu. Dope.
Yeah. We still don't know who he heard or what he heard.
Exactly.
Hey, Grogu admitted through Ahsoka Tano last week that there was a good 30 years that he doesn't remember. Grogu was out there killing people, slaughtering people,
helping Anakin in Order 66.
Yes, helping Darth Vader murder the Jedi
in hiding.
So like all the Jedi get this message from Grogu, and they're like, Heck no. That
Here,
dude,
have
it's
a,
a,
have a
it's a
space
no from me.
macro.
it's like an Apostle Paul thing from the Bible, right? Like he was Saul and he was out there killing Christians and everything. And then,
Hey,
like
can
I always
I
thought that was the best story ever.
Guys, I want to be one of
Saul becomes a Christian. He's like, "Hey, I'm not Saul anymore. I'm Paul." Like before, like now his name is
Nice
Grogu. Before it was Brobu, and he's like, "No, guys, I'm not Brogu anymore. I'm Grogu now. Like totally different dude. I'm here to help."
It'd be funny.
And all the
It'd be funny to see like a Shark
They
Tank
work
type
together
thing,
for
or
a
Grogu's like,
common
"I'm
good."
looking for a master. I'm looking for someone." Like... and it shows like Cal, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I remember you back on Coruscant. For that reason, I'm out."
Ooh, yeah, right. Yeah,
For that
like-
reason, I'm out.
Like so bro. For that reason, I'm out. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Grogu killed Cal Castus.
Cast it.
That's what I said. So Castus.
Cast it.
That's what I said.
Cast it. It's
That's
like
what I
you're
said.
like southern. No, it's Castus.
It's the
That's what I said.
E&A.
You're saying cast it. Like male.
I said Castus.
Like how they say it in Mississippi.
Anyways, Grogu killed him. What'd you say?
That's what they say in Mississippi.
That's a joke in my family. That's a joke in my family. My grandma was raised in Mississippi, and anytime she says something that is not really a thing, like for a while she used to say New York second, and I would call her on it and like, Grandma, there's no such thing as a New York second.
It's a
It's a New
pecking
York
pie."
minute. It's a New York minute. And she'd go, she couldn't admit that it wasn't a thing. She would just say, well, that's what we say down in Mississippi. And like, no offense to anybody down in
Yeah.
Mississippi, but I'm
No.
like, because I don't believe that that's true.
No.
But I'd be like, well,
It's just
Grandma,
a joke
if
we
that's
have
what they're
with
saying down in
Grandma.
Mississippi, then they are very misinformed, Grandma. Yeah. All right. So we got that. Isaac, what
Numbers you're gonna throw at this?
Why Not Stuff says Grogu had a blast on Order 66 Day. That's why he survived Order 66 Day. Was Anakin came in and was like, "Yo, Grogu, time's come. Let's do this." Grogu's
Here,
like,
I got some blue
"Rrr."
space cookies.
Anakin's like, "Grogu," and Grogu's like, "Huh?" He's like, "Grogu."
Nope.
As Beastie Boys plays in the background. Well, I can't stand it.
What numbers you gonna throw at this?
Well, yeah, what are you throwing at this?
I'm going a little bit lower and going with an 8.
Ooh.
It was like I really enjoyed this episode, but it's kind of like you pointed out. It's like the stupidity of the stormtroopers. It's like you literally have a Gatling gun and you're missing her, and then you literally have them going up. It's
Yeah.
like
And a stone
would make
takes you
sense.
out.
Yeah,
You got a rock
makes
coming at you.
sense if both if they all stayed down and were trying to hit her.
Be like, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah. The
Nope.
fact that you're messing with all of that
Mhm.
and then just still moving up towards her and stuff and focusing on only her, not being like, oh yeah, there's 2 other Mandalorian that are with them.
Exactly. And one's not wearing his jetpack.
Yeah, and then that was also the thing. It was like, why did he just leave the jetpack for the rest of the episode? It's like he dropped it and just forgot about it. It was just kind of like the small, like stupid things like that.
Yeah.
And then, it was kind of like what you said. It was like there wasn't much story to it. It was more so we took him to Tython. He reached out to the Jedi. Now he's gone, and
Yeah.
now we got to go after him.
Yep.
Where it's like, yes, I feel like it's gonna be an important episode, but there wasn't much besides what we got.
That's true. It's true.
But it'll definitely be a more important episode later.
We got 2 episodes left.
Zip Havoc said Grogu became Darth Small. Sorry.
Small spelled SMOL.
Darth Biggie.
Small.
Darth Biggie Smalls. That's funny. Darth Little. Okay. So I'm gonna go a little higher on this one. Because yes, it didn't have story elements. Yes, there were some stupid stormtroopers, but you know what? Look,
This episode was all
The fact
the fact that we got this
Mhm.
dent right here comes from the old fact of that Jango Fett hit his head
Mhm.
on on Slave One as the door came down, because that was a throwback to the stormtrooper who literally, the actor, banged his head into the door. And I stand by that because that's actually true. I don't care what else they've been trying to explain away. That's why George Lucas put it in there. Okay. So I gotta say this is a 9 for me. It's not perfect. Like you said, there's just story elements that there's not like a huge story there, but we freaking got Boba Fett proper.
Kicking butt.
like literally stepping in, saving the Mandalorian and what's her name?
And is promising to help him get the kid back.
How many stormtroopers did he kill?
Buttload.
Mhm.
Which is technically true because a buttload is more than 10 less than 100.
Like when the dude just had a gaffy stick and no armor, he was literally crushing stormtroopers, like destroying their armor, you know, busting them in the face, stabbing them in the heart.
Zip Havoc said your 5-minute long gasp when you first saw Slave One said it all.
Yeah. So I mean, Slave One is back, and it's here, baby. Boba Fett is back. The real guy, man. It's Tamara Morrison. Look, you know, I mean, like Jeremy Bullock would have been cool, but you know what? It's Tamara Morrison, and that's who they've, you know, decided to go with. Like, you know, like voice and all that stuff, right? We're getting backstory. They made him a proper Mandalorian again, even if it is through the foundling things, which makes me wonder if that was the whole point of it from the very beginning, to introduce the foundlings to begin with, so that they could in turn,
Mando's from there too.
because you know that this has been planned out. So you know that that's how they, you know, Filoni and Favreau were working together saying, how can we bring Boba Fett back to be a Mandalorian again? Booyah. There it is. Not only that, but Jango Fett is a Mandalorian again. He never really was, like, because by that time that they always kept trying to explain him away that he wasn't a Mandalorian, and just that he had Mandalorian armor. That they kept, you know, even in the movie they talk about that he's got Mandalorian armor, but he's not a Mandalorian. They don't ever say that he's a Mandalorian, and so
They said this one he was a foundling.
Yeah, it deepened our knowledge and our want of knowledge about Jango Fett even.
Mm-hmm.
And to hear Boba Fett, to hear grown Boba Fett talking about his dad.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be kidding me.
And he's running around like, just give me my armor.
Yep.
And then when he sees the armor, he just takes it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And then Mando realizes, oh, that was your father's. He was a foundling, which now
means it's yours.
Yeah, which means.
And I love the fact that Boba Fett has honor, because Mando tries to let him out of it, and he says no. He says, we promised you
until you get the child back.
That we would protect the child.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, which means we're going to see more of him.
Heck yeah. That's all stuff. See,
which if they do end up getting a Boba show, then this is kind of setting up
see,
for
folks.
It,
see, folks. Too. These are the things that you got to understand about me when I watch Star Wars. These are the kind of things that I lay into. These are the things that I lean into, and that I go, man, those are great story points, right? Other people see explosions, they see cool things, and I see those things too. But I see these other little tidbits, man, that it's like,
you took out 2 ships.
Oh man, you know, like there's a deeper thing going on here. That it's like, I love those. So that is, you know, I mean, I know we just said that there wasn't much story, but when you really stop and think about it, that's a lot of story elements actually right there that have more implications well beyond this 30-minute show. You're talking prequels, you're talking sequels, you're talking everything in between. I mean,
I see where you're coming from the 9.
Yeah, so I got to give it a 9. I can't go lower.
I'm doing the same thing I did with the Bo-Katan episode. It's like, take them out of the episode. Is the episode still the same?
There's nothing else to that episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why.
With this episode,
it was Boba heavy.
With this episode, even though it was Boba heavy,
and it brought back the chick.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, if you take Boba Fett out of this episode, there's still the story of him being on Tython. You know what I mean? And Baby Yoda like connecting with something or whatever, you know, and making that phone call.
Yeah, it would just be Mando fighting off the storm.
It ends up being E.T.
That's what he said.
What,
or was it? No, I showed you. It was in there. They said he was calling E.T. to bring his.
Connect somebody to Brodo Soji.
Simon said, "What if Boba Fett dies in this series? Mando gets the slave."
Yeah, to me that'd be a little too on the nose because he looks like Boba Fett. You know, his armor. Obviously, he's a Mandalorian. Like, I want to see Boba Fett stay alive, man. I want to see Boba Fett like kicking butt for a while.
What if you get like the silvery look of the Razor's Crest and make that look like a Slave One type ship? That'd be kind of cool. But then you have to buy another ship.
Yeah, yes. Master None here gives it a 7 out of 10. The quality of the filming was like a Star Trek Voyager episode when they filmed outside. I disagree with that, man. I disagree that Voyager sucked when it came to stuff like that. This was I don't know, man. I can't give you that. It looked pretty good as far as I'm concerned. TW says seeing mythology expansion was cool. Episode was short and sweet. I just kind of wish that there was a little more. Sorry if I seem greedy. Tension was good. Humor was great. Can't wait for more. 7.5 out of 10. So that's good.
You know, say this is actually a half an hour episode. I was happy with. Like it felt like a true like half an hour episode.
Mm-hmm.
Not like half hour that was drug out or half an hour that was like cut too short.
Yeah, exactly. That is true.
Yeah. Cisco says keep Feige away from Star Wars. I agree with that as creative controller and keep Kennedy as just an executive producer. Favreau and Filoni should have full control of creative moving forward for this show for sure, and for the things surrounding this for sure.
Read what Zip Havoc said between Silent Scotty and Matt Jarbo. Says a long way from Boba.
Trying to see where I'm at.
I don't know how far.
Yeah.
Here.
Just trying to see if anybody said anything else. Who do you think took Grogu from the temple?
Oh, you're way up.
That was one thing I said last week. It was like I'd love to see a flashback on how he escaped Coruscant.
Yeah, and why he can't remember.
That's gonna be a really good. I've still been thinking about that actually, Jeff. As far as who is it somebody that we know?
I think if we had Cal in live action, I think that would be the time to do it because Cal was on Coruscant.
And say that Cal took him.
Yeah,
that'd be an interesting way to mix it up.
Because we know from Fallen Order that Cal was on Coruscant before Order 66.
Zip said a long way from the Boba who was flirting with the ladies in Jabba's palace all those years ago. Time in a Sarlacc can change a man.
I will say this, Cisco, about the AT&T and well Warner Brothers thing. I get it that they're going to make money at it. I totally get that. Unfortunately, I think it's gonna be the nail in the coffin for theaters, which I don't think is good. And I don't think that they're going to come back because the profit's going to be too high for them. So I don't think that they're going to come back once everything does lift off. So, say that they do this next year because they said it's a 1-year plan. Bull crap. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. They wouldn't
be pushing every single big movie onto it if they.
No, if they're putting literally every movie onto it. Look, their plan is solid. Plan is solid because with Disney, like there are people who literally when Mando comes out, they put their subscription in, right? And they don't use it the rest of the time. With HBO Max, they're literally going to have all their big movies on there. I mean, the Conjuring movie that comes out next year is going to be on there. Matrix 4 is going to be on there. Suicide Squad is going to be on there.
Even Snyder Cut.
The Snyder Cut. I mean, they didn't even talk about the Snyder Cut, but I mean, Snyder Cut is going to be on there. Tom and Jerry that comes out in January, that's going to be on there. So every month it's going to be a thing of people go, well, I was going to go to the movies anyways, probably if it was around. I would have seen that movie. That would have cost me at least $15 right there. So we'll just keep it. So the plan is definitely.
And also, if they like the movie and want to see it over and over again, they don't have to go to the theater to see it over and over again. They can just.
I would cry, Cylon, if Boba Fett dies in the series. I would cry.
But
we just got him back.
But what about those of us who just like the old fashioned going to the theater to have the scenes? Like I like being able to be comfortable wear my PJs, watch TV in my own house. But I like the surround sound and the theater experience.
Exactly.
We should still have that option.
Matt Jarbo says here, and by the way, Matt, I kind of miss you, buddy. I haven't talked to you in like a couple of weeks, man. But I do miss you, man. Says if you take Boba Fett out of this episode, Mando dies, and that's straight up truth right there. That is straight up truth right there.
Because when it was him and the chick, they were like, "What are we gonna do?" Until Boba came and like just kicked all kinds of butt.
Yeah. Oops. Silence says, yeah, I wanted to see Luke stay alive and kick butt for a while, but we all don't get what we want. I see what you're saying there. Layla says they finally made Boba Fett cool. I think Boba Fett was always cool. It's just that people are finally people who didn't understand it before are finally appreciating it. Because Boba Fett was always cool. Boba Fett was always TW says that it could have been Joe Costa new. That's a very good guess right there. Matt Jarvis said, I don't believe Cal was on Coruscant during Order 66 because his master sent him away in an escape pod. I haven't played the game yet, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, he wasn't there during Order. Or no, was he? Oh, can't remember. I'm almost not all the way through the game yet, so I haven't gotten all of his backstory.
TW says, I thought he was on the ship with his master. His master was fired on by the clones. Oh, yeah. That's something I didn't even think about, Layla. Mortal Kombat's going to be on there. The next Mortal Kombat movie. I know, Matt. Rest in peace, Razor Crest.
Metal Gear Solid movie. Who's will be playing Snake?
What's up, Arkham Gaming? You know that you won't be able to have that 7-day free trial, and also I have DirecTV. I have HBO Max for free for a year. Does that mean it's going to change because of the 7-day free trial? I don't know. It says it was 40 years ago that we met Boba Fett. Oh, and now we got to see him kick butt. That was awesome because he was just cool. Like Layla says, he finally lived up to his cool appearance. Let me rephrase that. I like that, Layla. I'll take that, Layla, all day long. I'll take that. Well, guys, yeah. So I gave it a 9. You gave it an 8.5. You gave it an 8. You guys are averaging somewhere between 7.5. So. Yeah, I of course y'all know I'm a Boba Fett fan through and through. I got 100 Boba Fett, like just the vintage ones in the other room, but I've got, I got Boba Fett, a ton of Boba Fett
There's
stuff.
a Fett right there on our Christmas tree, straight in the middle.
Yep, I got a Fett right. I got Jango Fett right over there. Big Jango Fett thing over there. So
you know the Boba Fett statue.
Baldbeard got you.
Does that work? The statue you have with him blasting.
Oh yeah, I got Boba Fett blasting out of the Sarlacc pit at work even.
And then Baldbeard got you the ginormous.
Yeah, I've got the gentle giant original Boba Fett, and stuff. So and I always tell people if you got any vintage Boba Fetts laying around, hey, let me know because I love vintage Boba Fetts. It doesn't matter what condition they're in; they could be wholly missing an arm. I got one that's missing 2 arms. I got them that are missing some hands.
You got one that's
flesh
burnt.
wound.
Yep.
One that's burnt.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. I got a couple that are burnt. Yep. They're burnt to crisp. I got one that somebody melted a magenta crayon all over. I'll take them anyway I can get them because I think they're cool and there's a story behind that.
All I can think of is
Pam,
the jerk from Toy Story, that kid next door. And he's getting all his leftovers.
Pam sums up the evening so well, and I think we can go out on this kind of thought. Says, I will never be able to see a little metal ball without sobbing now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? They'll be back together, guys.
I read that wrong. I thought she said meatball, and I was like, what?
You guys will know that's going to play into something later.
And Zip Havoc just put a little metal ball there. So there you go. But you know what? Never fear, guys, because you know what? They're going to get back together. They're going to get back together. We'll see Mando and Grogu back together again soon. All right, guys, don't forget. Hey, we got merchandise. Christmas time is coming up, and you guys can have that. Look, we got T-shirts.
This was actually from Big Lots, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the pillow.
He called it a Stormtrooper Squishmallow.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah, we got
that's what it is.
Huh?
It's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But look, we got this
big one.
We got this new T-shirt up. Weird Nonsense with our 2 friends, Doomcock and Mike Zero, with Kathleen Kennedy in the shower. We've got our 2 cents on nonsense shirt right there, and then of course we've got the Nerd Family shirt,
which I'm getting.
Yeah, we even have a Nerd Family shirt there on the Teespring that says all of our names, and it says "and me," part of the Nerd Family, because you're part of our Nerd Family. All right. So thank you to all of our Patreon subscribers. You guys are fantastic. Dawson, Brian, Master of None, Del Rey, McMillan, Tony Bumbaco, CJ Monk, Cylon Scotty, Jeff Glafelty, Ross Byrne, Justin Reed, Darth Tasty, Corey Bronco Flores. And thank you to everyone who gives super chats throughout the month. You guys are fantastic. This month Special shout out to all of our members as well. Garguts Entertainment, Aaron Entertainment, Mark Moran, Darth Tasty again, Silent Scotty, Sophie H, Goober 316, Nerdy in Many Ways, Brian the Master of None, Ambassadorial Wing, Thumbacco 1, that's Tony again, Amparo 1, Zip Havoc, and Jeff Glatfelty. Thank you guys so much. And everyone who gives super chats, you guys are so fantastic. You guys keep the lights on around here. You guys help us to be able to do things like upgrade our systems. We just upgraded to the HD version of StreamYard, and I'm hoping to be able to make adjustments with my cameras and stuff to make sure that we're giving you the best quality picture and the best quality sound that we could possibly give you when you do watch us. For that, so we got a little special that's running for the first 2 weeks of this month. We're doing 2 giveaways this month. So this is the first one. 2 giveaways. I got this poster right here for you. Gonna give it away. All right, here it is. It's the R2D2 there with Princess Leia. This can be yours. All you got to do is any one of those things. Be a member, be a Patreon supporter, or just give super chats at any time, and you're automatically in there for that. Also, free comic book of the week. Don't forget, get your answer in now. Flood the chat with answers to this. How was Jason Todd brought back to life? Just simply answer that question. As simple as you can, and you get a free comic book if we pick your name. You got all my comic books too. So that's all you got to do is, how was Jason Todd brought back to life? Just answer that question. You're in the running for a free comic book. You don't have to do anything else but that. All right, guys. And then also, there's like lots of cool stuff. We do have we got a couple of people who did sign up for our highest membership. With if you do the highest membership thing, you get a t-shirt every month. A new t-shirt every month from the Poindexter Lounge.
Some people took advantage of it.
A couple people have, and it's not, we got the hashtag I love Star Wars t-shirt. We got the hashtag I love Star Wars I have spoken t-shirt, which says Poindexter Lounge. So it's not just other stuff,
we
man.
got the 2 cents on nonsense. We got the Nerd Family.
Absolutely.
We got the little Superman that Lando drew.
Heck yeah, we got the Superman thing. We got the Zero Credibility thing for the Mike Zero thing.
I was thinking about that one, but
that's a fun one, folks. That's a fun one. And then you got the take 2 of these and don't hold me responsible in the morning t-shirt. I mean, come on. It's gonna be fun. Also, update on this. I am literally talking with the Superman Museum right now. We had to get the right S in the artwork, but thank you. Big shout out to Dawson at Nerdy in Many Ways for helping me get that. And we are going to be ordering the brick here pretty soon. Here's some of our other t-shirt designs if you haven't seen them. So there you go. We got some fun stuff. All right. So be a part of that, and we'd love to do it and give it away. Show somebody that you love how nerdy you are. All right. Well, guys, this was a fun one.
Zip Havoc put it very well. Said had a blast. Thank you all. See you next week for more Mando fun.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Same Mando place, same Mando channel.
Absolutely.
The next episode is on Logan's birthday.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Layla sent us a picture this week that we showed. Where is it? Here it is, right here. It's all of our good friends in the Fandom Menace, which even Jeremy came around today and talked about how this episode was a great episode. What's funny about that is it's getting to a point where even the Fandom Menace can't hate on everything. It's a great time to be a fan of stuff. And I am a fan of stuff. And Tiffany and I are going to...
fan of stuff.
Heck yeah. Tiffany and I are going to keep staring them down and using the Force on them until they cave. Right, Tiff?
Oh, heck yeah.
Heck yeah. All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for joining us tonight. And every week when we do our Mandalorian watch party, don't forget we have other watch parties coming back as TV shows come back. We look forward to doing those with you. And
a lot of the CW ones come back in January.
What's that?
A lot of the CW ones come back in January.
CW ones come back in January, so we watch The Flash every week. Also, a little update. It looks like next Thursday we're going to be doing our 2 cents on nonsense holiday special. So we are going to review the Star Wars holiday special, and we're going to do it on Twitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it up. I'm going to leave up a feed from here, but we won't be watching it there. We'll be watching the actual feed here on in the video, but on Twitch. All right. So so if you're not on Twitch, go make a Twitch account, and there'll be links to that once we go live. We'll start here and then leave from YouTube to go over to Twitch. So we get people over there, and then I'm going to leave a YouTube link open at the same time so that people can see where we're at and can find us, because that's been my biggest concern about going over to Twitch, is that you lose people and people can't find you as well as on YouTube. So because people know that we're on YouTube, people don't know that we're on Twitch, right? So all right.
There's
Hey, what's
hundreds of
up?
thousands of
What's
people
up,
streaming
Gavin
on
SG5? Good to see you,
Twitch
man.
at all times.
Good to see you.
There's like thousands and thousands of streamers at a time on Twitch.
Yeah.
So it's all day long.
Yeah. Hey, Layla, it's really simple. You just go sign up on Twitch.
Mhm.
You literally just go to Twitch and you just make an account. It's just like YouTube. That's all you do. I didn't have one either, and I really don't have a use for it either, except for every once in a
Stuff like
while
this.
I go
There's
watch stuff like this.
There's a couple of creators that I watch, and then the rest I just watch.
Ray
sports.
Fisher. Ray Fisher is on
He's one of
Twitch, and he does gaming and stuff. So a couple of the shout outs that we've gotten have actually been while watching Ray Fisher on Twitch. And so so there's some cool stuff over there on Twitch when you're able to watch people play games and do different things on there, but they don't have the strict copyright guidelines that YouTube has. So all right, guys, well, hey, thank you so much for being a part of the Poindexter Lounge. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we love each and every one of you so very much. Until next time, my name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, saying, don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter or that you don't matter. And don't tell anyone else their fandom doesn't matter. Respect everybody and their thoughts and stuff, and treat everyone with respect. As long as you do that, there'll always be a place for you guys here in the Poindexter Lounge. I'm Enosh, along with the lovely
Tiptastic.
and of course
Isaac Wan Kenobi.
saying, may the force be with you, because this is the way. And we'll see you next time. They gotta save baby Grogu. Boba Fett's back. He's worth a lot to me. We'll see you next time.